By the time of the raid on Polis Massa, the men of the 501st were starting to get a little sick of this so-called rebellion. In the past, we'd secretly enjoyed putting down a local insurrection or two. They kept the troops sharp and the Empire feared. But these rebels were different. They were organized, they were growing, and they were everywhere. The raid on Polis Massa was a perfect example of how things were starting to fall apart. We were supposed to go in, wipe out a small band of rebels, and recover some stolen Imperial plans on an encrypted holodisk. Before we knew it, we were nearly overrun by rebel forces, with the holodisk nowhere to be found.
Alright, let's do this. You guys probably know what I'm going to do. Imperial Engineer. Of course.
Alright men, Lord Vader wants this raid done by the book. Our first objective is the comm center, just beyond this hangar.
Polis Massa is a really kind of like close quarters type deal. So the engineer's probably... Oh, hi, the rebel soldier is... It does have his original look. Oh yeah, the helmet look is only for certain missions, that's it. The Death Star must be one of those specific missions where the new look is implemented.
Go! Get the Wookiee! Watch where you're shooting!
Hit the dirt!
Nice finish, troop.
Ah, so close, so far. Let's stay the engineer for now, although I really am missing the ability to throw grenades. Although I keep on forgetting I can heal myself up as the engineer.
Take out that rebel scum!
Oh, okay.
Cut them off!
Wipe them out.
Let's go, man. The annoying thing is that you're, seeing the Rise of the Empire campaign, your allies will not capture command posts for you. Likewise, the enemy can obviously capture your command posts, but your allies cannot help you capture command posts, which is infuriating. You need to be the one that does the capturing, which is very annoying. And now we need to defend this area, I believe.
The executed troops. Now it's time to make our way to the base command building on the far side of the facility. If our intelligence is right, along the way we'll find a rebel holodisk containing some very important plans.
Right, let's do this. I think we need to get this and then get it back. Probably the Dart Trooper is probably best for this. Oh yeah, I remember this objective. It's kinda tricky.
Thanks.
Watch it!
Oh yeah, they were not there 2 seconds ago.
Down! Get down!
Scum this! Squash the scum!
Oh, they were not there 2 seconds ago. They just appeared out of thin air as soon as we got close. I think it's time, Dark Trooper, because the Arccaster, sorry, is actually an amazing weapon. It does a lot of damage and can one-shot certain classes of the enemy. But this area right here is tricky.
Get the rebel!
Your best bet is to use the Arccaster to stun an enemy and then finish them off with your pistol.
They're trying to fight us!
The annoying thing about the Arccaster is that this electricity will tend to leap towards an enemy, or more so, not even an enemy, kinda just like a character. So even if that character is a friendly, the Arccaster will tend to jump towards that character rather than an enemy, which can lead to friendly fire. Now, I think we're okay for this objective. But we need to also then defend that area, which is really tricky. You guys will remember it's a really tricky objective to do, is to defend this area because you get hammered from all sides. And I'm not sure what class is best for this. Let's try as the Dart Trooper.
Comm dish and transmit the data from the holodisk. You'll have to hold off the rebels until the transmission is complete.
Also, rebels will just spawn
Fall into enemy hands.
about outside the they'll just spawn like right out here.
Cut them off!
They don't spawn in command posts as such. Well, at least I've found that a lot of the times they won't. Oh yeah, we need to watch, they're coming. They are coming. I need to make sure we don't get cornered in by rebels.
Roger on our side.
The range on the Arccaster is okay as well. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. As long as we can keep the rebels pinned in, then we're okay. Yeah, more's coming.
Wipe them out.
Oh yeah, lots of rebels over there.
Rebels come.
Gotta watch both sides, remember. Oh, another one. Rebel Vanguard, not so bad. I always say, oh, this objective's really hard, this objective's really tough, and then I actually manage it fine. I don't know, it's just weird. We've got more rebels incoming right here, let's surprise them. Then we've got another rebel over here, so see if you just remain aware of where the rebels are coming from. Oh, the music. Let's fix that, shall we? Yeah, let's fix that music.
Deep within the caverns of this complex, the rebels have a data bank that holds Imperial encryption codes that can be used to eavesdrop on our ship-to-ship communications. Make your way to the caverns and destroy the data bank.
Now this is an easy-ish mission. You just have to destroy something, so just don't bother with anyone.
Fire!
I mean, is there a vehicle there? There's no vehicle there yet. But don't bother trying, because you'll see a lot of the rebels are just going to spend a lot of their time just running back there. So if you can just get there first, preferably through the Dark Trooper, then you're pretty much okay. I've not got the best class to do this though, but I think my grenades do it, yes!
I've got good news and bad news. The good news is it's time to get off this dreary rock. The bad news is the rebels have taken over the hangars. You'll have to fight our way out.
Now this is not as bad as it sounds, because we have the Alliance AAC. So all we need to do is essentially just come back. As you can see, the rebels are surrounding that command post that we have. Completely surrounding it. Let's go. I'm actually really damaged, so I'm not going to last long. And we've got lag as well. Right, here we go. Let's see if I can do this. The rebels don't seem to care. Ah, here we go. There is lag on my frame rate is dropping severely right now. It's not YouTube, it's not anything, it's my actual game. This is my original copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2, by the way, from when I was a kid, so it's very old.
Target that box.
Are we done? We should be done. Yeah, we're done. Fair enough.
Even though the Polis Massa raid was only a partial success, we finally had a lead on the whereabouts of the Death Star plans, which suited the 501st just fine. With the information gathered on Polis Massa, Vader concluded that the stolen plans had been given to Princess Leia Organa of Alderaan. We weren't surprised. For all their talk of being a peaceful planet, Alderaan had been thumbing its nose at the Empire for years. After a brief and pointless battle, we boarded the ship, the Tantive 4, over Tatooine, began looking for the plans, and waited for Lord Vader's arrival.
Now, if you've seen Rogue One, you know that's not technically true, but we'll let them get away with it. This was way before Rogue One was even thought of.
Lord Vader has tracked the stolen Imperial plans to Ambassador Organa. Retrieve the plans and bring the ambassador to Lord Vader.
By the way, I really, really love that the beginning of this mission sees you blow through the door, just like in the original film. Holy hell, the rebels are all over us right now. What the frick? Look at this! We can't even get out. But oh yeah, I'm killing. It doesn't help that I'm killing my. Jeez!
Squash the scum.
This is kind of tricky to get out of this original command. There we go. There we go. Very tricky start. What's my actual objective? Capture the barracks. Gotta watch out, there's lots of grenades flying about in this mission.
I want those rebels dead.
And the AI is just going crazy. Look at this. I believe I had a lot of difficulty with this mission originally as well. Right, let's go Dark Trooper. We're down to 22 reinforcements. This needs to stop. When the Dark Trooper comes out to play, you know things are getting serious. Artcaster is kind of annoying to play as because you can only target one enemy at a time with it, and it's so long to reload as well. You can only target one person at a time with it, and if that bolt goes towards one of your allies, then you're kidding. I do not just die immediately. Frick! Getting a little bit nervous now. Down to 11 men. Right, we're gonna do it now. Alright, done. Yes, we want to play as Darth Vader.
This is Lord Vader.
Head to the tech room.
Saber throw and force choke. Fantastic, let's do this. What's my actual thing? Head to the tech. Just head here.
We'll need to take out the security mainframes on the bridge before we can gain access to the rest of the ship.
Check your fire.
As Vader, this objective is a pushover, clearly.
Blowing stuff up never gets old.
They're coming around. Watch that lightsaber.
Sniper, take.
Your strength is nothing compared to the dark side.
Very fun to play as Vader.
For the Empire. Watch your flank. Affirmative. Grenade!
They're flanking us.
Lord Vader finds your lack of competence disturbing.
We need the ship's access codes to gain entry to the escape pod areas. Make your way to the engine room and retrieve them from the security terminal.
Now,
on the second
see, because we actually had a really bad start to this mission, we are really struggling for reinforcements. I might fail this actually, because if we go to 0 reinforcements, we're screwed. So I need to really bring this back.
Disable the turbine to clear our way to the terminal.
Right. Thankfully I'm not facing much resistance. And as Vader, if this was as an Imperial,
Code to the tech room terminal.
this would be really tricky. But because we're playing as Vader, it's a lot easier. And it's good that there's no, like, time limit to play as a hero, but I should probably move. Frick! I can't get up there. Nope, I can't get up there. I'm in trouble now. Because while I'm messing about with this, all my guys are dying.
Our reserves are running
Yep.
dangerously low.
I really need to finish this objective. I'm probably gonna fail, actually.
Nice work.
Oh, thank goodness.
Now let's clear those rebels out of the escape pod bays and secure the rest of the ship. Princess Leia must be captured before she can escape.
Sniper!
Now, if I remember, there is a way to see where Princess Leia is. Ah, there she is. She's down here. See that little person down there at the bottom?
The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this.
Done.
The day is ours. Well done, gentlemen.
That was really close, though. Really close.
After Lord Vader took custody of Princess Leia, we all figured it was just a matter of time before she coughed up the plans. Many of us had been unwilling witnesses to Vader's powers of persuasion in the past. The thought of a pampered little princess resisting his terrible will was inconceivable.
Welcome back, and I actually completely forgot that Yavin 4 was even a thing. We have... So next episode, when we come back for episode 8, we're probably going to do Yavin 4's space battle and then Yavin 4's ground mission. And then after Yavin 4, I don't remember if there's anything else. I think it's straight to Hoth. So I think that's what we're going to do. I might even do the space battle here so that we can just have Yavin 4 and then Hoth, but nah, I'm just going to leave it. So, anyway, thanks for being here for this episode of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and leaving me a comment. As always, it was a pleasure to have you here. I hope you're well, and I hope to see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and I'll see you then.